Good morning. Good morning. This is Cheryl Stevens with Back to Living broadcast. And I wanted to let you know I help women, widows especially, move through their grief after loss of a loved one, especially a spouse that you've been married to a long time. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm excited. I have with us Tracy Smith Randall, correct? And hi, she is from Atlanta, and she is on here live with us today. She has a company named Generational Health, and she's going to explain to us how she can give us tips to start living a better life now. So, sorry. Everything is going wrong this morning. So,
What's going on?
Tracy, I'll let you introduce yourself and then we can get going with questions.
Okay, fantastic. First of all, Cheryl, thank you so much for having me as your guest today. So honored to be here. Always love when I'm able to connect and collaborate with women who empower others. And I love what you do for women. It's so important. You know, I've been married for 34 years. In fact, we just celebrated our 34th anniversary last Saturday. And when I hear your story, I really feel for you because I can't imagine. And so for you to do what you do is so important. And so anyway, thank you. But and we really do a lot of the same things, Cheryl. We help other women and families heal. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, all of those things are combined together and make us who we are. And so I'm a healer as well, and I work with families to educate them on very simple ways that they can change the legacy, the health legacy for their families. And I've been doing it for about 30 years now, but Generational Health is really about 10 years old as a company.
Wow, that's exciting. I can't wait to hear what you have to tell us. And part of this, I want to let people know in a class I'm in and Tracy's in, we have 15 minutes to ask 5 questions. So I want to go ahead and get started so our viewers can learn all about you. You already gave us a short introduction, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. What prompted you to start your business?
Well, I think like so many people who are in the wellness arena, including yourself, because I definitely consider you being part of the wellness arena. I think many times that it starts from our own needs, something that we have dealt with or are dealing with. And I've always been interested in wellness and health. And, you know, it started in the 70s as a teenager, wanting to, be all thin and model-like and all of that. So I started really taking a look at health way back then, but I was doing all the wrong things, of course, because I didn't have the education or any kind of mentorship to help me know what to do. But it really started when I gave birth to my first son, Robbie. He's 33 years old now, but when he was born with a severe case of eczema that covered his body from head to toe. And the doctors told us he would outgrow it, Cheryl, but he didn't. And in fact, as he got older, it got worse and worse and worse. And by the time Robbie was 20 years old, he was itching and scratching. He was covered in eczema from the top of his head to the tip of his toes. He had internal eczema, which I didn't even know existed. I couldn't touch him. I couldn't hug him. It was devastating as a mom to watch him. And because of his eczema, it really caused him so many social issues. No one else wanted to touch him, or I never thought he would get married or anything. So my journey started when he was born, like I said, 30 years ago, really. And we started in the medical field, and then as the medical field, doing steroid shots and treatments and invasive drugs, and it crashed his immune system, and he got worse and worse. So my journey has been to help my son heal. And in the healing of that, I have a soapbox that I stand on. Anything that I become passionate about, and I think this is true of all women, Cheryl, don't you?
Yes.
We're going to share it with other women and other mothers and other wives and friends. And so I started sharing, and every time I learned something new, I would share it with the people that I cared about. So that's what prompted me to start it. It has since really, my son, by the way, is completely healed of his chronic disease. He's been healed since 2007, and he got married 2 years later, and now I have 5 incredible grandchildren who are all incredibly healthy. And so the health legacy that I've been able to transform, and that's what generational health means. It's not just about our health today. It's about what is the health legacy that we're teaching our children. Because whatever we're doing, they're going to model that. We're teaching them from an early age what to eat, what not to eat, what to drink, what to, what to think about. And we've got to change this because, as Einstein says, if you keep doing the same things and expecting different results, that's what is that?
Insanity.
Insanity, right? So I think our world has hit that place of insanity where we're doing all the same things and doing them over and over and over again. So anyway, I'm very long-winded, so I apologize for that. But that's what prompted me to start was helping to heal my son and now other families as well.
That is awesome. Oh goodness, now I have to Okay.
It's good.
Sorry.
It's okay. There's a little feedback, but it's good.
Okay. I'm sorry for your son. I'm so glad that he's healed, though. That is awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. This kind of answered that question about your Facebook page, where you say that it breaks your heart to see families devastated by disease. So I understand.
Well, I think I can elaborate on that just a little bit because, I also work very closely with the American Anti-Cancer Institute. My journey has led me to partner with that nonprofit. Bob Wright is the founder, and as I began to see so many families who were not just dealing with adult cancer, but children being diagnosed with cancer, I knew that I really had to speak out and share what I had learned. And part of my process and training, I was able to be mentored by a woman who had helped so many families nutritionally with cancer. And they were, I'm not making any claims that I cure or heal anything, but I do know this, that when we give the body the right nutrition and do the right things, our bodies are miraculous and they are designed by God to heal themselves. But we just don't know what to do as a society. So I am seeing families devastated by disease. They're devastated financially. They're devastated emotionally and spiritually. And I don't know if you know this, Cheryl, but cancer is the #1 killer of our children today. The #1 killer. And the average age of children being diagnosed is 6 years old. So it's time that we stop that madness. It's time that we really, say not on my watch. And I believe through working with the American Anti-Cancer Institute that we can change the lives and the generational health legacy of families across the world. People are devastated by disease. I'm working with a good number of families right now whose children are just, in the medical system, and it's really killing us. I'm going to give a plug for Bob's book, Killing Cancer, Not People. It is absolutely an amazing read, and we use the protocol in his book and simplify it to help families really, what I say, get mad about cancer, make a decision, get mad, make a decision that cancer won't touch us or the ones we love. And not just cancer, because Alzheimer's epidemic, Cheryl, is devastating our families as well.
Yeah, Alzheimer's scares me, but cancer, I am so familiar with. That's what I lost my husband to. And when you said the average age of a child is 6, I have a 6 granddaughter, and that terrifies me. That
Yes.
terrifies me. So that
Yeah.
brings me to my next question. If we could do, as the listeners here, if we could do one thing today to start changing that, what what would you what would that one thing be?
Such a great question. I think the one thing that you need to do is accept the fact that if you don't change something, that 1 in 2 men are being diagnosed with cancer, 1 in 3 women. So the thing that we have to do, the one thing we have to do is begin to believe that it could very well happen to us, and it most likely will unless we do something. So that's the one thing, because I think we're in denial. I think that we see it happening to other people and we just go through with our heads in the sand thinking, praying it won't happen to us, but not willing to make the change. So making the decision to change, and I know that's not really the answer you expected,
Oh no.
but also I will tell you that I have a very simple 5-step protocol, and so does Bob. He has his 5-step protocol. I really simplify it. And I do have a workshop that I did called Get Mad About Cancer. I did it, I believe, in 2015, and we recorded it, and it's free on my website. So, and what I believe is that it's simple changes. I also had a program a couple years ago called 50 Weeks, 50 New Habits. Change one thing a week, one thing a week. And in 12 weeks, you'll have 12 changes that would dramatically impact your life. So my workshop is free on my website, tracyrandall.com, and you can just go to the side banner, and it's simple. You know, I don't have a very complicated website. I'd love for families that are listening to this, moms especially that are listening, to get that free workshop and just make one change a month, but those 5 simple changes. Of course, if I were going to talk like, you know, most other wellness coaches, I would say, sugar. We gotta stop the sugar.
Yeah, that is awesome. I know I will be checking it out because, like I said, cancer hits so close to home for me,
Yes.
and that's why I started this.
Yes.
And I know my children have made some changes, but I need to make more changes in my own life. That's why this is so interesting to me. And you did, thank you, tracyrandall.com. We'll put that in the link below for everyone.
Yes.
And the last question, and I think you've answered this very well because I was not sure, and you explained to me, thank you very much. What do you have to offer people that's different than other services such as yours? And, you know, what do you have to offer that others don't? But you've answered that. Is there anything else you would like to say about that?
Well, thank you for asking that. And you know, I probably did answer too much in each question to not give you the opportunity to ask your question. But I just want to say that my family is living proof that we can stop this madness. When I started my protocol, really that I'm working on with right now in 2007, I was not well. It's not like I have great genes and I'm all healthy and my kids are healthy. That's not how it was. And my family is living proof that if you really make these simple changes, it's worth it. I'll tell you that I'm about to be 59 years old. My husband too. Neither one of us have any health issues. I have more energy than anyone I know, people half my age, and we're on no medications. When my mom came to live with me a year ago in September with full-blown Alzheimer's, she was on 9 prescription medications, 9, and she was in a lot of pain still. And those medications were not really even getting rid of the physical symptoms that she had. In 90 days of my protocol, she was symptom-free and off all of her medications with her doctor's approval. So this can happen. I have 5 grandchildren, 7 years old and under, and none of them have ever been sick a day in their life. They've never had any physical health issues, and, you know, I mean, not even a cold. And so we can make these changes. And so that's what I think that's what sets me apart is my family is living proof that what I'm telling people and educating people on works. We just have to start today.
That is so true. Start today. And like I said, I will be joining it. I will be 63 in a couple of months, and well, a couple of weeks, not months. But I, I should have started this years ago, but I didn't know it was there. So I'm so glad to get this out to everyone.
Well, I want to make sure that you hear this. No guilt zone. Whenever I do my workshops, people are like stunned and they're like, oh, I didn't know I'm slowly killing my child by feeding them these things. And I always tell the moms, and no guilt zone, because what you don't know, you don't know. And when the time is right, you're going to make those changes. And I guess that's what I am, as a catalyst for helping people make those changes and seeing that it's worth it. It's so much more fun to be healthy. And I hate that I can't eat some of the things that I want to eat. And I'm also not one of those people that I'm not a purist. I mean, I eat things that I shouldn't, but what I do when I make those conscious decisions to do that is I do something else to boost my immune system, to stay healthy. And I'm every choice I make, that I eat, drink, do, is all based on, is this going to weaken my immune system or strengthen it? And if it's worth, having that dessert, then I'm going to have to do something to offset that. And I think if we live a balanced life, that we can make these changes, and it works.
I'm so excited. Yes, my grandkids have 4. They are 6 down to 3 months, nearly 4 months. So start now, because I want to be around to enjoy them growing up. So,
absolutely.
Well, Tracy, I appreciate you so much. I have learned so much, and I'm so excited to go look at your website and get started on this. You have pumped me up, and I'm ready to go.
See, that's what I'm good at. I'm good at pumping people up, but we've got to make that commitment after. It's got to be a lifestyle choice. And another great free resource that I have on my website, Cheryl, is another workshop I did called Make Up Your Mind. And I encourage you to get that one too. Both of them are 2-hour workshops, and you get a downloadable link so you can watch it as you can. But make up your mind to change. And it's a phenomenal workshop about the power of your thoughts and the power of your mind. So that might actually be a really good place to start. And then you go to the other one, because now you've made up your mind to make those changes. So.
All right. I'm so excited. Thank you. And I know we're slightly over our 15 minutes, but I don't care, because great information. I'm so excited. I'm so excited I got to meet you as well.
Me too, so, Cheryl. Opportunity so much.
Well, I will try to let us go about our life today. Again, this is Cheryl Stevens with Back to Living. My website, I'll post, Facebook page, I will post down below. I will post, we'll post Tracy's website. I hope you go check it out, and we can all start making that one change today. So Tracy, again, this is Cheryl Stevens. And Tracy, is there any one last word you want to go for?
I just want to love you. Thank you so much for what you're doing, empowering women who go through a tough situation. And I'm so honored to know you, and I'm excited to collaborate and get to know you better.
Me too. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye, everyone.